What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. So we finally have the trailer here. Now, last night I loaded up the ATV and the broken snowmobile. No, not snowmobile. Snowblower in the back. So we've got those mounted in here. They're in the trailer, and we have to keep going with whatever's still in the garage. So I just made a run down to the beer store. I went to go drop off the empties that I had laying on this desk. And then next up comes the brake rotors that I have right here, the scrap metal, along with the battery. So I'm gonna be bringing all that down to a scrapyard, gonna try and get a couple bucks out of it, along with the extra wheel bearing, that was from Luca's car, and the old tension rods from the 240. I have adjustable ones in there now, so the stock ones I'm gonna be getting rid of. Now those are used, the bushings are kind of shot on them, so I don't really need them. There's no point in me keeping them, but these adjustable ones that I have up front, they're nice, they're spherical, they're adjustable, and they're actually pretty cheap. So they did the trick. They're an ISR set, and I've got no problems with them so far. I haven't really been driving the car much, but when I did drive it, and when it was driving with those tension rods in, it was perfectly fine. But this thing is gonna be going today. So I've gotta clear off everything that's on it. Everything that's in it is gonna be going, I think. Like most of the stuff that's in here is kind of useless stuff to me, I'm looking at. My dad's, this is all, yep, ready when you are. Yep. Yeah, just come on over. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yep, bye. Okay, so speak of the devil, that was my dad. He's on his way now. He's got a pickup truck so he can move the trailer, but I've got to load the rack into the trailer so that we can get all the stuff out, because we've got a new toolbox that we bought for him not too long ago. We got it for him for Christmas. That's going in that spot. So this toolbox here, as I mentioned in the previous video, is the same bottom as that one there, and it's awesome. Now, I actually had a couple comments or whatever about this box. Now, this box we picked up for pretty cheap. It's on sale. It retails for about 900 bucks, and it's really nice. Now, I like this box so much for multiple reasons. Now, number one is the drawer styles. So these little levers, if you try to pull on it, it's not gonna come open. You have to lift up, and then it comes out. You can see that it's got a little mechanism right here that holds it down. It's got one slider on this guy. On the bigger box, it's got two sliders. It's matte black, it's powder coated, and it's awesome. Now this one we just picked up like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago for my dad for Christmas. This is my box that I've been using every single day that I'm in the garage, and I've had this for, I wanna say a year now, 2 years, like somewhere in that ballpark. But I mean, it's been perfectly fine. I've got no problems with it, and looking at it, you can't tell that it's that old. You can see that there's fingerprint marks, but that's about it. Like the drawer itself, like all the drawers are nice. They've all got a nice fluid feel to them. Now this is the bottom part that we got him, and there's an additional top part. Now they recently came out with a middle section that you can buy that adds an extra, I think, 4 drawers, and it goes in between these two pieces. Now, at the time that I bought my box, that piece wasn't available. But if we want, down the road, I could buy it for myself and put it on my box, or even get another one for my dad. But in the meantime, this is good enough. Now, we've got a little piece of cardboard on top of this now. We're gonna be replacing that with a piece of wood to be like a bench top. We're gonna get a piece of MDF or something like that, plywood, whatever. Just something to go on top of there so that the top of the box doesn't get damaged. Because this, it's just, you know, it's the same powder coated matte black stuff. Now the powder coating is strong, but it's not durable to the point that you can like beat on something with it. It's not a bench top. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, so then let's do this. It comes on casters, and we're gonna be moving this now. And we're gonna start loading this stuff onto here. Okay, so we have the box here, and most of the stuff that's in here, I'm not actually sure what we're gonna be doing with it, but these we do need. Now, the reason why I have these empty containers with no oil in them is so that if I ever do an oil change, I have the old fluid and the old oil that I can put in here. Now, once it's in there, you can go recycle it safely, bring it down to your local whatever place. Technically, usually your Walmart or Canadian Tires or whatever, they'll usually take those for free as long as you purchase the oil initially from them. Now, I've never had to provide a receipt, but I have heard of stories where people did need them. Here's some DOT3 brake fluid and some engine coolant in here. So let's move this. We've got antifreeze, More antifreeze. And a little bit more. So from the sounds of it, that's, I think, everything we're keeping. Like, there are some screwdrivers in here, there are some sockets and random stuff, but more often than not, all this stuff could be thrown out and my dad wouldn't know anything. Now, I'm not obviously going to do that because it's his stuff, but at the same time, like, look at the amount of dust on this thing. What is this? Oh, it's those things you attach to the bottom of your shoe. Yeah, you can definitely tell that these have been used, you know, in the last decade. We have golf balls from 1941. We've got a saw. Oh yeah, look at that saw. It's probably older than me. Some caulking. Like, most of this stuff could be, I want to say thrown out. Like, the hammers, like, some of the stuff is still kind of good. Like, I'm not going to throw it out, but I don't know. As much as I'd like to keep all this stuff, I wouldn't mind if my dad bought a kit or whatever from Canadian Tire that comes with everything you need to fill up these drawers. So what is this? Oh, I forgot what I put in here. Nissan? Oh, brake pads. These are for my mom's car. Rear brake pads. She has a Nissan Altima. Now this toolbox does come with keys for it, so you can lock this up. So once you close all your drawers, grab your key. And that's it, no one's getting in. But I'm gonna leave that here because I don't know if my dad's gonna wanna lock it. But at the same time, we can have that option. So this is what I was talking about the middle, that middle section. Yeah, so it is 4 more drawers. There's the bottom piece, that's what we got him, a 4, and then the top. Now, for the price of it, you can't go wrong with this box. And the reason is, like, the snap-on box will cost easily 10 times as much as this, for something pretty close to the same size. Yes, it is going to be a little bit nicer. The casters are going to feel better. It does come with a lifetime warranty, but at the same time, I could buy 10 of these boxes and still be ahead. Because at that point, I would have 10 boxes and I'd have 10 times the space as just one. Now, I'm not sure what these are for, but, oh, maybe these are for the top once you put the other box on. Maybe these go into there. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this for my dad to organize and do what he wants. Maybe he'll pick up a set of tools for this thing. But I've got to pull this thing from the wall so that we can move this onto the trailer. So that also means I got to move the 240 and the Accord out of the way. So we'll move that thing first. Sick exhaust leak. So we've got to get this trailer going. I made room for it, so the trailer can be hooked up at the back of the truck. I'm gonna have to break this thing down again. So in order to get this to come down, we need to remove these side pegs. So there's one, and there's 2. Now, off camera, I took off these chains that were holding it in place, but at this point, this should be able to come down. There's one. And there's 2. So we've probably got to slide it up. I don't know if we're going to attach it to the back, so like just set it up right here so that we can attach it to the back of the trailer so that when we're driving, it's not going to be moving around or anything. I'm going to move it out here in the meantime so that we can move it should we need to once my dad gets here. So it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to have to move this out of the way. And I'll just move the 240 out of the way too to make life easier. I just wish all the snow was gone so I could take this thing for a spin. You guys see the brakes? Look how nice that is. I'm pumped to take these for a spin and see how they actually handle. As soon as all the snow is gone and the roads are clean, I'll be able to do that. But in the meantime, it's got to stay there. I don't want to get any salt on that baby. Look at how nice that is, all clean. So trailer's loaded up, ATV's on there, we strapped it on the back. And now we're gonna go head down there. So I also have inside of the Accord, I put all the scrap metal inside the trunk. So after we go empty that out at my dad's shop, we're gonna head down to a scrapyard, get rid of all the steel that we have back there, make a couple bucks, and clean up the garage. Kill two birds with one stone. So the trailer is unloaded, we have the ATV out of it, and of course, we can't just go park the ATV. Of course, we need to hone it around and get it sideways. So, let's go have some fun. Okay, so that guy there is in two-wheel drive mode. If we switch it to 4, we're engaged now in all-wheel drive. So it launches a lot faster. And the best part is we can do this. Pretty damn good. But I'm gonna have a little bit more fun. We're gonna put it into neutral, put it in two-wheel drive mode, back into drive, and we're gonna get this thing sideways. Okay guys, so we just got back home. We have the garage nice and clean, and what I'm super pumped about is on how nice and organized this is. Look at the wall. This was covered in spider webs and stuff, along with the crap that was on the ground underneath that like cabinet thing that we had. With it like this, my dad now has a place to put some of his tools in there, and then all the remaining drawers down there, and then once he fills it up, maybe we'll get him a new one. Maybe another box to go on top of that. Dad, if you're watching, ignore everything that I'm saying right now. But I'm really pumped about it because it's organized, it's clean, and I've been bugging him for a while on how to clean that up and like organize the garage. So I'm finally happy to say that we're here. So that's clean, the scrap metal is done, that's thrown out. The booze bottles, like the old beer bottles and everything, those are removed. They were sent out to the LCBO. I got like $4 back. And what else? And I think that's gonna pretty much complete everything for today. Now, there's one thing that I've been wanting to do for a while now, like months, and I haven't been able to get to it yet, and that is involving the Accord. Now, because it's been so snowy and disgusting outside, you know, whenever you're driving, you're gonna have snow plows that plow the snow, but they also lay down salt. And because of that salt, if you don't clean off your car, if you don't wash it, the underside of the car is gonna get nasty. It's gonna start to rust on you, especially if you have any bare metal parts. So everything underneath the car is pretty much coated, but if I missed any spots, it's going to start to rust on me. The subframe up front is starting to rust. I noticed that before this year. I touched it up a little bit with a can of paint with like undercoat. It did something, but I still want to clean off the car to remove all this dirt, all this rust, salt, all the sand that they put down on there and everything. So as much as I would like to wash this thing here at home, I don't think that's gonna happen because I've got the 240 in there, the Mini in there, and I don't wanna move it. So I'll spend a couple bucks, go down the street, and even just pressure wash the Accord to get rid of the salt that's on there. Now, considering I haven't washed this thing in about 2 months, it doesn't look that bad. Now, I want you guys to let me know, if you guys live in a northern state or whatever, or even in Ontario or a northern province, if you guys have a car that you guys have not washed in months, let me know. And tell me why, I wanna know. Because if it's just laziness, okay, that's one thing. If it's because it's so dirty out, that's one thing. If a car gets dirty all the time, that's another thing. If it's freezing and you actually can't wash the car, like me, you know, let me know. But anyways, guys, that's gonna complete it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, throw it down in the comment section below, and I'd be more than happy to help. I'll catch you guys in the next video, hopefully where I'm gonna be working on the Mini. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.